I will never turn down the opportunity to talk about pissy broke pros. So IDW is losing their was like Hasbro stuff. Like they're losing GI Joe and the licensing surrounding it, and they deserve it. They've made some questionable hires over there at IDW, putting people in powerful positions that are just basically the typical neon colored haired fucking chicks that don't know what the fuck they're doing. And now they no longer have their licensing. And I did see their stock kind of plummet, but to be fair, a lot of stocks are. After 17 years, and the spot is covered by Spencer from Bounding into Comics. After injecting popular franchise with woke identity politics, comic book publisher IDW has announced that they will officially lose the publishing licenses to Hasbro iconic Transformer and G.I. Joe franchises at the end of the 22. Like, what I love about this type of shit, because I'm going to tell you right now, there will be opportunities in the future where a lot of these different brands simply just cannot make any fucking money from. It'll be like, hell, what happened to Marvel and DC and maybe some of these other companies. But at some point, and definitely with like print comics and stuff, dude, these broke ass they don't know what it is they're doing. So what's going to happen is they're going to license their brands to different companies so they can basically make a little money as the other companies publish and do stuff like that, because it's just not financially reasonable for them to continue to do that shit. So ending at the end of this year, there will be no more Hasbro's. Yeah, so it's Transformers and G.I. Joe. What the hell is that? We have IDW reveal upcoming licensing losses in an exclusive statement to the Hollywood Reporter, wherein they informed the trade news outlet at the end of 2022, IDW will bid farewell to the publication of G.I. Joe and Transformers comic books and graphic novels. We're exceedingly proud of our stewardship in these titles, 17 years with the robots in disguise, 14 years with a real American hero. And thank the Legion of fans for unwavering support month in, month out. Publisher added, y'all weren't making any fucking money. We're also internally grateful to every one of the talented creators who have bring these characters to color life through our comics. IDW will round out their time as Hasbro's primary comic publisher with a series of celebratory send-off events, including 2 Transformers crossovers. The 3,000th issue of G.I. Joe, the real American hero, and several other projects. Though they are losing what are arguably Hasbro's 2 most important lines, IDW will still retain the rights to publish comics based on the toy manufacturer's popular My Little Pony. So they can still do My Little Pony and Dungeons and Dragons, but they can't do like Transformers and G.I. Joe. Curiously, no word has been given to the future of the publishers, others Hasbro's licensing, Mask, Action Man, and all that other stuff. IDW's loss of Transformers and G.I. Joe follows an editorial turn in recent events towards injecting contemporary identity politics into their franchises, replete with a variety of race swaps and sexuality changes. I have seen all of that. Examples: disgraced G.I. Joe Volume 5, Aubrey Sitterson's changing of classic character Salvo into a stocky Samoan woman, complete with her very own braided lobotomy cut, right out of fear that the character's original depiction as a white man with a T-shirt that read "The right of might be a little too alt-right." That was the quote that they used. So, like, somebody's in a boardroom, or no, again, going back to what my original there's no boardroom involved. It's just creators just run the nut house. So they do goofy shit like this that nobody asks for. And the higher-ups are like, yeah, whatever happens, fucking happens. They also retcon Autobots, Ratchet, and Drift into same-sex lovers. I didn't even hear about that. Even the robots ain't safe, bro. The They also transformed the classic female Transformer, Arcee, who quickly became a fan favorite following her debut in 1986's The Transformers, the movie, into Cybertronian, equivalent of a male to female transgender individual. And here's the dialogue. This was I was forged male, which did not match my spark. Someone named G-Axis claimed he could help, but he altered my CNA and set me loose. It took a while for me to realize that this has created an adverse effect. The Cybertronian equivalent to, I don't know, bad meds. I met somebody named Anode who said she could help, but then she vanished, blah, blah, blah. So apparently this character here was forged as a male and didn't like that. Bro, like, IDW, you get what you fucking deserve. You get everything you fucking deserve. Make no mistake. And I think this is going to be a continued thing that's going to happen. It probably wasn't lucrative for IDW anymore as well. There was no benefit to them continuing to do anything with these brands that you think would have a built-in, baked-in audience. G.I. Joe, Transformers, those are audiences that are baked in and will transcend multiple generations. And you mean to tell me y'all somehow fumbled that shit? These guys have no idea what it is that they're doing. None. They have no idea. It's obsessed weirdos that do stuff to impress their peers, make social statements, and end up in headlines. None of these changes equal more money for these guys. They just simply don't. And this is why in the previous show we talked about how this is not a sustainable practice. At some point, corporate entities are going to realize, the mega corporate entities are going to realize, okay, the blue-haired wench that we hired in the marketing and the HR departments didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. And they said, yeah, we may lose money here or at minimum break even, but we're going to make money in the future. It's been X amount of years. We ain't made no goddamn money. In fact, we lost money. Okay, we probably need to pivot a little bit. That's what's going to end up happening. Now, I can't say when exactly that's going to happen, but I do think you're going to hear more stories of people either changing, losing licensing, or you're going to see it being licensed out in the first place with big mega corporate entities that own this shit. Definitely, because in the print comics, they're just not making money, bro. They're not seeing a legitimate return. And most of the return, this is why I fight so much against the state as well, because a lot of y'all don't understand how the role that they play in letting these guys continue to be what it is that they are. Like the minute like the library money goes away and all of that sort of stuff, and they ain't like basically being able to funnel taxpayer dollars to pay for these books nobody's fucking reading, you gonna really see how pissy broke they shit is, or how pissy broke they are. Like they at least got that. Definitely with these like guys that put out these shit books, they're getting their shit purchased by like fucking libraries and schools and shit. Like they lucky they got that, because if they didn't have that, whew, I'd be purchasing Batman for pennies on, maybe not Batman, but a lot of these characters that they can't do shit with, I'd be purchasing for pennies on a dollar. Now they be Rippaverse characters. You just listened to a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake, which is live throughout the week at 12 p.m. Central on youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. Be sure to check out my website, ericdjuly.com, so you can stay up to date with everything it is that I'm doing. You can also become a member and get access to a bunch of cool perks and exclusive content, which includes a social media hub where you can interact with myself and other members. It even has an app that you can get, which is now live in the Google and Apple stores.